After 19 days of hard labor, we were slowly tackling our project list, but there was still plenty to do before we could get underway. I was still recovering from my surgery, but thanks to help from our amazing friends, somehow we were making headway. I was trying to prioritize the most important items, which meant that for the next few days, getting Delos' trusty diesel engine back in shape was at the top of my list. I am trying to measure the valve clearance between the camshaft and the valve lifters. So these spin around, and as they spin, they push on a lifter which opens and closes the valves. And there's a specific clearance that you're supposed to measure, a tolerance that can change depending on the age of the engine and stuff. So, well, of course, there's some special Volvo tool you're supposed to buy because the camshaft is actually held down by the camshaft cover. And that thing is damn near impossible to get, so I'm gonna make my own. The little tool I fabricated seems to be working pretty good. So these guys I just tighten down, which holds the camshaft down, and then I use my feeler gauges to measure the clearance. Then there's a number printed on it, and that tells you the clearance. And then I write it down and compare it to the specs. So for number 4, which is this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, exhaust valve, so our max clearance is 0.45. So let's see if that one will go in there. That one will not fit. So it's got to be less than that. I'll try the next one down, 0.35. Oh, yeah, there it is, 0.35. So that's right on the limit there, 0.35. This is the story of Delos, a sailboat adventurizing around the world for the past 10 years. And now, we embark on our greatest adventure of all. Come join us as we take to the high seas and travel the world with the newest member of our crew. If you enjoy Delos videos, please subscribe. It's a great way to support our channel. What happened? Ground to like a halt. It was working fine, and now it like... Let's see what the problem is. Oh, Jesus!
Oh my God!
How did... This is just a piece of shit. Just throw it in the water.
1, 2.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. The surgery thing's not too bad. So the main problem we have is the door we're trying to get through is 49 centimeters wide. So we're 1.5 centimeters too wide. So I think we need to break this thing all the way down.
Now the fun part is putting it back together.
Yeah, inside the boat. I got it. It just barely fits even like that. Alright, this is going to be the new home of the washing machine.
Alright.
You think we're going to get it? It is so close.
It's tight.
Oh my. It's down to like a millimeter.
Real nasty weather today. We're having the fireplace on and reading breakfast. Are we cozy and warm in here in the house? I wonder if that is cozy and warm. Yeah, you want your porridge? Okay, sorry.
I think we got it. I think we got it.
Beauty. Oh man, okay. Let the assembly begin. Okay, yep. We are definitely getting there. I'm down to the last piece. How's she look?
I think she looks all together. Hopefully she works. So we didn't.
She'll work. Now for the fun part. Due to the size of the new washing machine, we need to install it in our forward closet, which meant building a new custom mount. I was drilling through what I thought was a fiberglass stringer, which turned out to be an absolute disaster when I found out it was actually a wire run. Ooh, that wasn't good. What did we do? Oh no. I think wires are run through there. Did you see the spark?
I didn't see the spark. I just saw the smoke.
I saw the spark, and then I stopped, and then I saw the smoke. I think I'll take a little hole saw, and I will just enlarge that hole so I can see what that is. I went right into the cable that powers the bow thruster, which is a real mother. But the wire that I drilled into, the cable, happens to be the main power. It's this big one here. We've traced it up here, and it happens to power the bow thruster, the windlass, and the electric furler. So it's all the high draw stuff up here, all the high current stuff. This is a great example of a boat project going sideways. In a split second, this went from a quick project to consuming the better part of a day. The bow thruster alone draws nearly 200 amps at 24 volts, almost 5 kilowatts of power. It was absolutely crucial to do a good, solid splice that could carry that amount of power. Instead of replacing the entire run, which would have been days and days of labor, I decided to crimp on new terminals and bolt the new ends together covered with heat shrink to protect and isolate the splice. Tragedy averted. We're back in business. All right, this is the first test fit. Oh, look at that. Okay.
How are we looking on the front there? Oh, wow.
Whoa. All right, dude, it looks like it is all good. I'm gonna send Kazatron a message, let her know the good news. Kaza, check it out. It's working. Woo. It's a lot of work, but we got it.
Chickens. They have chickens and Sierra love them. How does the chicken sound like? Da, da, da. How does the chicken sound like?
That little note there was approximately 2.5 days of hard labor moving it to completed right under Brian Doctor. I guess I didn't even really talk about why we had to do this project. So Delos is a 220 volt 50 cycle boat, and the washing machine is very sensitive to voltage and frequency, and we can change the voltage with the transformer to 110, but we can't change the frequency, which means the motor and particularly the pump that extracts the water from the machine does weird things. So we had to go with a 220 50 hertz unit, and the only one we could get was not big enough to fit into here. It was actually 5 centimeters too wide. And so maybe the most exciting part of this project is it freed up all this space because Ryan built this amazing, awesome shelf.
Slide her in here and see how she does.
All right, we're in the last stages of the engine here. I've got the new spanking brand new clean turbocharger. And look at the difference. Look at the distance between the compressor blades and the housing versus that. It's a huge difference. See that big gap right there? And all the corrosion and the chipping, it's starting to come apart. And so this doesn't, I mean, it still runs smooth, but I wanted to replace it anyway. And when you install it, one of the things that you're supposed to do is put a little bit of oil in it to make sure that it's lubricated when you first crank it up. Get some oil in there. All right, this is the asbestos insulating blanket that goes on the top of the turbo because it gets super, super hot. This thing spins really fast. It's really dangerous, like way more dangerous than the rest of the engine. So this goes over it just to prevent you from really hurting yourself. All right, this is the exhaust elbow. Boom. This is the raw water pump. I decided to buy a new one, and I'll keep the old one as a spare, rebuild it. It literally takes seawater, raw water they call it, from the ocean in this side, out this side, and then through the heat exchanger here, which then cools the coolant, and the warm water then blows out the side of the boat with the exhaust, and it keeps the engine cool, and when it doesn't work, the engine overheats, which sucks. But it'll be nice to get that new pump on there. Raw water pump and belt on the Volvo is done. We are getting there, dude. We are getting there. We are on the home stretch for the engine. Just putting in the exhaust now, which is the last part. So this is the exhaust water muffler. And then I got some nice new heat resistant exhaust tubing. Hopefully that won't melt like the other one did. And then we might even be able to give her a test today, which is super exciting because I've been working on this engine for, God, like 3 weeks now. It's been a lot, but we're almost there. Everything on the engine is done. Incredible amount of work. Here's what we ended up doing. So we got a new timing belt in, fuel injection pump, fuel lift pump, injectors, raw water pump, turbocharger, exhaust elbow, exhaust tubing, engine cleaned and painted, looking real nice. New engine mounts, transmission mounts, and then 4 engine mounts. All right, we're getting down here on the project list, and one of the next things is servicing the dive compressor. There she is. She's looking a bit crusty. She could probably use a clean and a paint, and then I'd like to see if we can fit it back here, because the problem is the generator, when it's running, generates a lot of heat itself, and so that engine room gets hot. The compressor adds heat to it, and that just makes the problem worse, which means we get water in our tanks, which corrodes them, which is not good. So we have quite a bit of room in here. I'm hoping that we can set it like over under this shelf.
Sounds good.
And then we need to give the dive compressor some TLC.
Let's do it.
Alright, so we just got done painting the dive compressor and getting it all cleaned up. We'll let it dry, and then we'll look about how to install it in the lazarette.
I found a pretty cool spot to mount the dive compressor. Mounting it back here in the back part of our aft locker, the lazarette, which is pretty good size. So I think it's actually really nice to have it back here. We'll see how I like it. I hope I like it as much as I think I will. So I'm gonna go ahead and service this thing, change the filter, change the oil. These filters are very sensitive to temperature, and as the temperature rises, it dramatically shortens the life of the filter, which means we sometimes get moisture in our dive tanks. I'm hoping that moving the compressor to the aft lazarette and out of the engine room will keep it cooler and extend the life of the filter. The synthetic compressor oil also needs to be changed. Unfortunately, it's so cold out, I'm having trouble sucking it out from the fill tube with my vacuum pump. All right, got the generator installed. Here goes nothing. What the Oh man. Here goes nothing indeed. For some reason, the relay inside the remote panel wasn't activating the electric engine for the compressor. After verifying we had power, I dug into troubleshooting the relay itself. 220 volts there. After spending about 30 minutes in the freezing cold, I decided I had bigger fish to fry, as it was way too cold to go diving anyway.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with it.
For now, I decided to put this on hold until I got motivated to go diving when we got further south.
Hi guys, thank you for watching the video.
If you enjoyed it, be sure to let us know by liking it and leaving a comment. It makes a huge difference to us. And just wanted to give you a huge cheers from our family to yours. Baby Nugs, can I get a cheers, please?
Cheers!
Where's my cheers? Cheers! No? Cheers! Cheers! Cheers!
Thank you for all the support,
Thanks
guys.
for the support. Sending you much love.
Cheers!
While Super Ryan and I have been slaving away at the boat,
We're back!
Baby Nugget and Nugget Mama have been staying at our friend Jeff and Cameron's house.
Which I think was absolutely perfect.
Can we show you all the cool things we did while you were gone?
I'm really excited.
Doesn't it look nice? And look at this.
What?
How nice
How
is
smooth
that?
is that?
Pretty nice, huh?
Oh, no.
Number 2.
No way! Oh, cool. Great.
So now we have access, and now we have all this.
That's a good amount of storage.
It is, and it's in a great place in the galley where we always need to get to stuff.
Yeah.
Come on up here. Dun, da, 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 da. The washing machine is mounted and it works. And
Wow.
it's done. It's all plumbed. And then there's a whole bunch of stuff in the engine room that I'll show you later.
That's amazing.
But
Brian.
we're getting back there, huh?
really excited to get back. I'm excited to, you know, just be home again.
Yeah.
That's good.
With the baby nugs.
Yay! Should we get your room together?
Okay. With everyone pitching in, we were making a serious dent in our project list, but there is still plenty to do. First up for today, we'd be tackling our fridge seals, which were pretty crusty and well overdue for replacement.
And Brian has purchased some really nice new ones that we'll be putting on. Getting my sealant on. Down. This thing had a real wobble to it, and now
Oh,
we've got a new seal all the way around.
that's a solid seal.
Yeah. All right, we just got done with the refrigerator seals. We get to move that over to the completed pile. Did that on both sides and they're all good to go.
Sweet. High five.
Coming in.
Feels great to be back on the boat, right? Did you sleep good in your new room? Yeah, we had our sleep in the pass-through, and yeah, it just feels great to be back. So many things have gotten done, and it's just crazy how like long we've actually been here. Yeah, it's been the perfect place for us though, and I'm so happy we've gotten so much stuff done that we need to get done. But I'm also kind of ready to go south. It was 3 degrees this morning at like 9. I mean, 3 degrees, that's pretty cold. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but I could probably put it right here. And yeah, so it's time, Sierra.
Up next on Delos, we decide to inspect the standing rigging. So we're just looking for obvious defects. If you do the deck, then I'll do the same thing at the top in the bosun's chair.
Sounds great.
Raise our new Precision Sails Genoa. It's a beautiful sail. And the trusty diesel roars back to life.
That's
Oh, well,
great.
we're no longer stranded at the dock. We now have an engine.
Yay! So yeah, getting off the dock tomorrow. Yay! So Jeff and Cameron have been so nice. Oh, Sierra.
9:30. What kind of a 15-month-old baby is a little snoozer until 9:30? I guess she's related to both of us.
Brian, I don't believe you got a great deal on this washing machine. Huh? There's a couple parts missing in here.
But still better than a desk job, right?
That's right.
I just keep telling myself that.